Okay, let's go for Kyle Shanahan. Advice for Kyle Shanahan. You watching? You listening? The thing I like about Kyle, is that you always listen to me. We are like right here this season, man. We've been talking football. You know ball, I know ball. We both know ball together. You know what I'm saying? We like spitball. Huh? Anyway, what I want to say, Kyle, is you have had a great season as a head coach. 10-4. Wow. Terrific. As an offensive coordinator, I feel like you've been up and down. You were excellent last week. Let's keep it going because what you were doing before the bye week, the Christian McCaffrey, every other play offense, that's over. And I think you know it. I hope you know it. It can't come back this week because if you make this game a competition between Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor, you're going to lose. No disrespect to Christian McCaffrey. What a career. What a player. What a competitor. What a receiver. But if he gets 25 carries and Jonathan Taylor gets 25 carries, you're going to lose. You got to use your personnel wiser. You have a wonderful, lovely, call it a lovely playbook. It's terrific. You're a smart guy. You're a good coach. But one reason you haven't won the Super Bowl is your personnel usage. In the last Super Bowl, let's go. Is it a low blow to talk about the last Super Bowl? I mean, it was only 2 years ago, about 3. Let me get the box score up from the last Super Bowl because I think it's still blowing Brandon Ayuk's mind that it happened that way. I'm going 2023 postseasons. Okay, here we are. Let's look at what you did in this game. Christian McCaffrey, 8 catches. George Kittle, 2 catches. In the Super Bowl, George Kittle had 4 yards in the Super Bowl. Deebo Samuel had 11 targets and 3 catches. So in a game that you lost by 3 points, you could argue that your personnel usage was a huge reason you lost this game. I mean, 22 carries for Christian McCaffrey. He gave you 3.6 yards per carry. That was foreshadowing. That's what we get every week. Now, his longest rush was 11 yards, and he fumbled, and you stuck with him. Why? So this was just foreshadowing of what the next 2 years of the Niners offense is going to look like. Too much Christian, 22 carries, 8 catches. So 30 touches for Christian, 2 for George Kittle, and 11 targets for Deebo Samuel. Hard to win that way, and you almost did. Now, you did irreparable damage to your relationship with Brandon Ayuk. That's a different story. But please, man, you just won last week featuring George Kittle. Can you keep doing that? I don't understand why you don't sometimes. I mean, George Kittle is one of the all-time great players in the NFL, regardless of position. And you think like first ballot Hall of Famer, and he probably is. And then you look at his playoff. These are essentially playoff games down the stretch. You look at his playoff numbers. I mean, they're a joke. Let's look. Career, playoffs, George Kittle. So in the second Super Bowl, he had 2 catches for 4 yards. In the first Super Bowl, he had 4 catches for 36 yards. He's never had a 100-yard game in the playoffs. He's never had more than 5 catches in a playoff game. He's never had more than 7 targets in a playoff game. Kyle, that's on you. For the rest of the time that George Kittle is on the team and in his prime, your job is to get him the ball more than anyone else. You got it? More than Christian. I mean, Christian, he's going to get his carries and stuff, but George is the number 1 receiver on the team. It's not even a question. It's not Ricky. It's not Juwan. It's not Christian. It's George Kittle, dude. I still can't believe he had 4 yards. 4 yards in the Super Bowl? And he didn't, like, Brandon Ayuk still hasn't recovered from the fact that he only had what do you have? What do you have? He only had 3 catches. Hey, 3 catches, dude. I'd be pissed too. 3 catches for 49 yards. Still hasn't recovered. He may never recover. George Kittle had 2 for 4. And he's saying howdy after games? God love him. He could easily be upset. I mean, how would Travis Kelce act if he... I'm getting worked up. Kyle, it's real simple. You give the ball to George a lot. That's how you win the game. Don't mess around. A little Juwan. Third and 7. Yeah, sure. Ricky Pearsall, here and there. Not too much because he could get hurt. But it's George. It's been 9 years. You've had him for 9 years. I hope you figured out now. George is the offense. He's the best player you've ever coached. Maybe Julio Jones was better. That's my advice. I'm gonna get to super chats later. I'm gonna roll. So hold on, because I'm talking directly to these people. You know, I got their attention. I don't want to go and then come back. So thank you, Kyle. Hope you took that in a good spirit. I'm just because I feel like you did it last week. I'm just reminding you, it's the George Kittle show. It's not Christian McCaffrey. It hasn't been Christian McCaffrey since I can tell you the last time he was the best player on the team. At some point 2 years ago.